cloudy outside. I don't even look to see. Oh, it is. It is cloudy. Hey, y'all. Ow! That's why I put my shoes on, because it's metal. Listen, this is fuzzy. I don't know why. That's worse. What the heck is going on here? Y'all. Hopefully it's going to get better. If not, oh well. Hey, y'all. Good morning and evening and afternoon to everybody. Hello. Hey, y'all. Ooh. Did y'all... I don't know what's going on with this. It looks fuzzy, but it is what it is. Did y'all sleep good? I did. I slept really good. I was sweaty, but I slept really good. Hey, Kiva. Hey, everybody. Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope y'all slept good. I did too. I slept real good. Now, this is not the mood I'm in, but it is the week. I'm guessing that's why you sent it. So I'm going to put this right here. I am in a great mood. I am. But this right here lets you know what time it is, okay? So just be cool. Because we want this to be a fun and happy class. Hey, Day. Hey, everybody. Okay? So I'm going to use what y'all gave me. God said use the tools I put in your hands. So we're going to call him Scruffy. Scruffy is up here. Okay? Scruffy is here. And so y'all just be mindful, okay? Okay. Can we come to an agreement on that? That y'all gonna be mindful? Because I'm gonna try to be. We got a good class, I think, today. I can't speak for our dad. I don't know how he's gonna take us, but I think it's some very interesting things that I read. Not my first time reading it, just been a long time. And also, good morning, everybody. No, I don't want any help. No, thank you. You said be demure. That part. Come on, be cool. Thank you. Thank you. So, what's pretty cool is y'all been going back through my journal. And when I tell journals, when I tell y'all spooky, 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 y'all want to see? I ain't gonna let y'all see it, but I'm a, cause it's other stuff on the pages. Can I tell y'all what I wrote on 5/9/2018 at 9:03 a.m.? Can I? This was 9:03 a.m. This is my daughter's birthday too. May 9th, 2018. I said, I fear that there are dark days ahead. The world is at turmoil and the leaders are malicious and only want the elite to live. The government is run by high-ranking demons and war is on its way. This was May 9th, 2018. Is that crazy? Huh? I said, Dad. The next thing, I don't know the date because I just wrote it real quick. It says planning and preparation. He wants to do more than we expect. Okay, here's 5/10/2018 at 6:08 a.m. This is why I be wanting y'all to write down the dates because it's important. So when God tells you something or you keep thinking about something, I am begging you to write it down. Now listen, this is 6:08 a.m. 5/10/2018. I'm going to turn this sideways because my vision has changed since then. Okay, here we go. There we go. It says, so all these years I've dreamed about the end. I have awakened, stirred, and shaken. Now all the people will be taken. herded like sheep to the slaughter. Y'all listening? Y'all listening? Remember the date now. 5/10/2018. So all these years I have dreamed about the end. I have awakened, stirred, and shaken. Now all the people will be taken, herded like sheep to the slaughter, mother and daughter, father and son alike. Faith failing, tormented and lame. Everyone thought it was always going to be the same until that man comes to fame, the one who curses Yahweh's name, who was made by the Creator's hands and who constantly tempts man as oft as he can, taking them to peaks and showing them the land span, engaging their senses while draining their spirits, securing a hot abode for which the evil man strode, a large abode, physical things, which will be left in ruins, y'all. Is that not what's going on right now? People going into exile and being herded into camps has been going on for sure for at least a year in certain places in the world. No? And I wrote this 5/10/2018 at 6:08 a.m. We still going. Here we go. 4/15/2018, 7:38 a.m. So Trump has attacked Syria and Russia and has said that they are now at war with us. He also told his people to get gas masks and water. Putin did. Remember this date now. 4/15/2018. So Trump has attacked Syria and Russia and has said that they are at war with us. Putin also told his people to get gas masks and water. But Trump has said nothing to us about getting provisions. As a matter of fact, he is taking food from the people of the United States. Lord, there is so much going on in the world. Too many things are happening. Four 2018. Anything sound familiar? Is it going to be more expensive to get food next year? It's more expensive to get food right now, and the Negro ain't even in office, and prices are already going up so that they can offset the cost that they're going to lose next year, right? Am I wrong? So the same thing that he was doing in 2018, he ain't even in office yet, and it's already happening again. This is why it's important to journal. You have to write down the things that are happening so you can understand. Listen. Okay. Why does this must be an update on this camera. It has to be. All right. 6 avocados is $10. Interesting. Here we go. This was 7/6/2019. Okay? So we didn't fast forward it to 2019, okay? Y'all ready? It says, a few days ago, I was able to witness to a young lady in Romania. She told me that in their part of the world, it is a sin in Christianity to see the future or prophecy. By the end of the conversation, she asked to call me mom. God gave me a daughter in Romania, just like Paul and the other disciples. I am so grateful for all my experiences. I pray God's hand of protection on all my children. God, please encamp angels around her name and her house. Open her understanding and give her wisdom, and fill her mouth with your word and spirit, and give her courage. Give her peace, God. And this was 7/6/2019. She called me about something on my phone, or I was calling about a phone situation or something like that, and she ended up being in Romania. And by the end of the conversation, she had looked up a lot of these books, and I was telling her, because listen, Romania. Hey girl, y'all think that's crazy? Huh? I forgot about a lot of this stuff. You hear me? Let me get to this other one. Hold on. I said, Dad, I'm so grateful. This is why it's important to journal. Okay. Y'all ready? So this was about my marriage. Y'all remember I told y'all that God would tell me stuff, and then my ex-husband would do it. God might tell me days ahead, a week ahead, or whatever. Y'all remember this? And so really, it was me just sitting back. Oh, thank you. Hey, Auntie. So look, it says my husband is close to being debt free, and now he's short, and says that he could be one of the people who walks away. Right? Because I used to tell him about how my situations happen. Right? Y'all look at this. And then I wrote an arrow. It says, funny thing, the thought came to my mind a few days ago that he would abandon us in the end times. Weird. So a few days before he said, I'm going to walk away from you, he thinking I don't know this, God already put the thought in my mind that when the end times come, he ain't going to be around. So I wrote it down. Few days later, he let it come out his mouth. Hey, I said, I already knew. Now I didn't say that to him. You hear me? Just like recently, I've been having a lot of feelings about snakes and spiders. Well, whenever I have a feeling about snakes and spiders, that means it's somebody with their spirit ain't right around me. And they're watching me very closely to try to trip me up. Listen, I said, God, that's why another reason why I said, I don't know what this is about. And every time I try not to think about it, I go on somebody's page and they talking about snakes. I said, oh, okay, let me go on and see what's going on right here. I ain't confused because I know when snakes and spiders start showing up in my dreams, somebody around me ain't right. It is not failed. Not one time I pay attention to the signs. You hear me? And so I said, oh, okay. Well, I need to see what's going on with this. Snakes and spiders. Both of them is beings that like to trap things. You hear me? You get what I'm saying? Spiders lay a web, a trap. And then snakes. You said, well, I hope and pray that the wood around you. What you talking about? You had a weird dream about alligators? Hank, what are you talking about, honey? Listen. You said you were something, weren't you? Listen, I wasn't. I'm just saying that God be telling me stuff on one of these days. Okay, so look what I wrote on 9/2/2019. Oh, okay, thank you. You had a dream about a beast chasing you on the playground. I was like, listen, it's a lot going on. Oh, because it could be something there's a spirit. Anytime you see anything in the spirit, that's when you sleep. It's spiritual. Now some of it can be your subconscious, but a lot of times too, God he talks to you in your sleep because you won't if he told you while you was awake, you wouldn't believe it. Okay. Hey Pumpkin, good morning. Afternoon. So look, y'all, on 9/2/2019, I wrote 9/2. So September 2nd, 2019, I said World War III, hunger, death, sickness, no food, and no loyalty. This world is screwed. You said I had a dream of a very large snake and cut his head off. Yeah. You said, so based on what you said, I was attacked in my spirit 2 days ago. Yeah. Y'all hear that? And I wrote it in big letters on the rest of the page. September the 2nd, 2019, I said World War III, hunger, death, sickness, no food, no loyalty. This world is screwed. No joke. Six 2019. If you take what you think you know about me and let that blind you from what I have to offer you, that's on you. Hi. What are you doing? You're at work? What's going on? I haven't thought about it, but I'm in class, so can I call you back in a little bit? Okay. I love you. Bye. Okay. So, that was excuse me, 6/23/2019. I said, if you take what you think you know about me and let that blind you from what I have to offer you, that's on you. And what happens is a lot of people, because I don't look or act or whatever it is, whatever the way they want me to act, then they feel like my words don't have no value. Well, that's fine. I'm going to get them out because I'm not going to get in trouble for that. Hey, Pumpkin. But if you don't want to listen, that don't mean that what God told me to tell you ain't gonna happen. And I used to take that very heavy, but now I don't. I don't take it heavy at all anymore. I'm telling you, it's up to you to listen. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, and so there's that. Y'all hear me? And that's not all of what was on those pages, but I did take a few. And when I say I was mind blown, I was like, ooh, dad. Now, 2019, there was no food shortage in 2019. right? There was no food shortage. I'll get back to it. Hold on. There was no food shortage in 2019, right? Food was cool. You can do whatever you want to do, buy whatever you want to buy. Got it. Okay. But in 2019, God told me the food shortage was coming, death was coming, and all of that other stuff to get ready. Do you hear me? But that was in 2019. And I haven't even got all the way through them. But when I tell y'all my mind was blown and stuff, I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, Dad, you been putting me all this whole time. This one, don't nobody want to talk to me. It's fine. I get it. So, I got a question for you. And hopefully you have your journal. I was crying. I cried. I was like, God, I love you. And yes, I will be the weird one for you. I don't care. Like, I'm cool. As long as you keep telling me your secrets, like, I'm with it. You hear me? I am with it. Keep telling me your secrets. I'm okay. You hear me? So, y'all ready for class? We about to get on it. I want you to write down, if you have your journal or wherever you write your notes at, please time and date this. Please. Please time and date it. Because it's very, very, very interesting. I have read this before. I just haven't read it in a long time. And I reread it last night. I was like, yeah, this is good. So we're going to read it today. Y'all ready? Y'all got your notebook and everything out and got everything put down? The date and the time of wherever it is that you are? Y'all realize that if in 100 years somebody was to find all of our journals again, because we are all in different places, depending on where you are in the world, they would think one of you got it first, not knowing y'all got it all at the same time. Right? We talk about that all the time, but it still amazes me because somebody is uh 9 o'clock, somebody is tomorrow, right? Depending on where they are in the world, they already on the next day. If they 12 hours or whatever it is ahead of us or however many hours, some people is already in tomorrow, but they could be in our class. So their date is going to be different from yours. Isn't that crazy? Their time is going to be different from, write your dreams down, pumpkin. Yeah. Yeah. Just write them down. And so with that, that's why it's important, because it almost later on in life will let people know who was where at the same time. Now, two things that came to my mind today, and I think sometimes we don't. You said yes in Bible studies we on 3 times zones. Exactly. We on more than that, I think. No, yeah, because I guess that goes around the world, right? You right. But even in the dates, as far as like if somebody in Ethiopia watching class right now, it's 2018. So they writing the date that I was writing 5, 6, 7 years ago, which is crazy. We top flight security all over the world. We is all over the world. It's crazy. It's crazy. So my question to you and what I need you to write at the top of your paper is whose ancestors? You hear me? At the top of your paper, I need you to write whose ancestors. Do I have to have an avatar to get answered? No, what did you say? You asked twice about the snake traps. Are you new? You might be new. So our class does not just go like that. Okay. But let me tell you something. Okay. Snakes lay traps. That's all I was gonna say. Those are two animals that lay traps for their predatory animals or insects. That's it. Snakes lay traps as well. Snakes and spiders are predatory animals and insects. And I've been dreaming about both. So that means that somebody around me is a snake and somebody around me is hiding, because a lot of times spiders hide. And so they're hiding because in the dream, when I moved something, the spider came out and then it ran back in. So that means that something is going to be uncovered. And this person, whoever it is right around me. They're not far. Snakes lie in holes and they make things look like they not there, and then as soon as you're close enough they strike. So then that's the thing, they lay under rocks, they lay to where you can't see them, camouflaged most times, and you won't know that they're here unless you hear them or they are jumping out at you and lunging out at you. So in both of the instances, the snake and the spider were hidden, but they were close enough to me to where they could attack or to jump out at me. So they sneaky, right, right, right. But the spirit, everything is open, right. So when I start dreaming, you're welcome. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, but it's weird. And this spider was on the bed. He was under a blanket in a dream, which means you're very close to me because the bed is an intimate place. If you I don't know about y'all, but I don't allow a lot of people in my bedroom. Like most people make it to my living room and to the what's the name. So whoever it is a person that's in my intimate circle. The spider was under the covers, and when I lifted it up, but in the dream I had like a bench at the end of the bed, so it was like it was in between the space of the bench and the bed, but there was a blanket covering it, so I know that that's something that's hidden. You see what I mean? But it crawled out like it was going to attack me, and then it crawled back in under, like, hidden. So I don't know, but anyway, moving on. That was that. It's crazy. Real crazy. You're gonna need your yes, very close, because I don't let people into my deception, right? You're gonna need your sacred text today. The website, because we're gonna be reading on there. So now we're gonna read a couple different things. Ooh, not Pastor. But hey, Mike. No, you didn't. Do not try to put that on me. Dean. Let me. You probably ain't been here a while. See, this is right here. This. Not Pastor. I don't want that title. No, this one right here. You could call me that. Oh, you could call me this. I'm a teacher. Nope. 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 I don't know. That. That's it right there. No. But hey, listen. Yes, baby. Don't that. No, I don't want that. All right. So, you're gonna need your stuff. And did y'all write down your question? Whose ancestors? You always wear a robe. Well, I'm in my house. What do you wear when you're in the house? You wear boxer shorts and probably some basketball shorts all the time with some slides and socks, right? Or some sweatpants and a white t-shirt or a t-shirt with some socks. Don't you got some house clothes? Well, I seem to be working in my house, so I'm going to wear what I want to. There's other days I wear the stuff, but I'm at home. Ain't no sense in putting my good stuff on, you know? I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm trying to teach them. Evening gown in the living room type tea. Right. Right. Ain't nobody got. I had my days for all that, baby. That was over. Y'all caught me at a later date. This is the gear now. It's always gonna be the gear because I have to be comfortable because I never know when I'm gonna have to jump up out the chair. So get your stuff. Get your stuff. Get your stuff. Thank you. I appreciate you. Get your stuff. You're gonna need what you call it? You're gonna need your sacred text. I'm not telling y'all where because I know how y'all do. But I do need you to write whose ancestors. Whose ancestors? Question mark. And then I need you to write down the definition of ancestor. Can y'all do that for me? You know how they be like, that's your cousin. Who? Who my cousin? Who my auntie? Oh, that ain't my real auntie. That's my auntie that my mama been knowing her for a long time. But no, she ain't really my auntie. Okay. I'll be right back. Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Oh. I woke up with a gummy octopus stuck to my night clothes. I said, this stupid. How you eating gummy sour octopus in your sleep? Smash them. The definition of an ancestor. Girl, not happy. Rika, I was like, what is this? Girl. So, I'm going to have to put you guys. Thanks for the prayers. My niece is awake from her coma. Thank you, Jesus. Y'all, our niece is out of her coma. Tea of y'all niece. She said, thank you for the prayers. Thank you, Jesus. An ancestor is a person from whom someone is descended, such as a parent or a grandparent. Good job. I need you to write that on your paper. God is good. Y'all hear that? Everybody said, thank you, Lord. Because won't he do it? Because won't he do it? Ask her as many questions as you can about what happened, what she heard, what she saw, everything we need to know. You hear me? I need you to be on her like white on rice. Get your pen and ask her as many questions as you can. Please and thank you. Now, I'm going to have to mute y'all real quick. No, I ain't. I'm just going to do it. I need y'all to listen to this. Are y'all ready? We're not going to listen to the whole song. I just need y'all to listen to a certain part. Is y'all going to be ready or no? You got your listening ears on? This was my first time hearing this song today, but I played it about 20 times. But I need you to listen to the part that we about to play, okay? I grew up in church where we used to have testimonies. Okay. You hear what he said? He said, it's not my will, but your will. It's not my family's will, but your will. It's not my friends' will, but your will. It ain't even my church's will. It's not the word's will. It's your will. He said, I'm going to give my mouth to you, and I'll say what you want me to say. Y'all, to hear my legs is standing up right now. Listen here. When I tell you this has been my life, I told y'all. Fine. I told y'all I had to go against the church and say, no, that ain't it. My friends, my family, okay, the world. Do you hear me? And say, God, if you want me to be homeless, I'm going to be homeless. If you want me to be over here, I'm going to be over here. If you want me to be over there, I'm going to be over there. And do y'all know I found that in my journal so many times as I was going through my journal in the last couple of days, especially this morning. I kept telling God, I will go where you want me to go, and I will say what you want me to say. I will tell them what you told me. I'm not going to be scared. Even if don't nobody stand with me, disease or undiseased today. Kevin, stay on focus or get out of my class. I ain't giving you nothing to get yourself together for it. Go away. You ain't got nothing else better to do? You don't hear what I'm talking about? It ain't none of your business what I got on. How much money you got in your account? That's what you need to be worried about. Because whatever I got on ain't going to help you. Do something with your life. Be productive. Go read a book or something. Close your eyes and listen. Silly self. And y'all wonder why I'm coming here dressed up to the nines. Girl, please, I wouldn't get nothing done because folks is weird. Moving on. You must not have got the memo. Scruffy, let them know. Hey. Moving on. I had to stand against pastors and people. My grandmother. Do you hear me? And say this is not what God. No, God ain't okay with this. Hey, Pumpkin. Hi, Kayla. No, he ain't okay with it. Everybody dang near in my family is a minister of some sort. A minister of music, a minister, a deacon, a bishop, or something. But I'm grateful that God took me away from them. I'm grateful that I was not indoctrinated to this is the only way that it could be. I'm grateful that I wasn't here, this is our way, over this is God's way. Because you hear people in the church say, oh, this is how we do it over here, but how do God do it? Well, we always did it like that, but how does God want it? That's what's important. I know these is y'all rules, but do y'all rules line up with God's rules? And that's what I'm worried about. If you think just because you sit up in a pulpit or you got on a robe and a stole, I don't care about that. There's priests of the satanic church that wear the same thing. There's all kinds of priests. There's voodoo priests. There's Santa Maria priests. There is what's the other one? Palamambe priest. There's all kinds of priests. And they all have an official garb that they wear when they go before they God. So that don't mean nothing. You hear me? That means nothing. If what you are saying is not making me examine myself, I talked to my auntie the other day, and she said most of the people you talk to don't even know the Bible. I said, but when I was screaming at y'all was telling me I was in a reprobate mind. What? Talked to my mama yesterday. Guess what she said? I'm realizing most people don't even know the Bible, but they be. I said, oh, I've been saying that. Not even trying to be funny. I've been telling you, why is you listening to them? They don't even know the Bible. They don't even, they read it, they don't study it. They memorize scriptures that help them attack people, but the rest of it, they clueless to it. That's a scary thought. And we could possibly be 3 to 5 years. I'll give it that because I want to give folks up. 3 to 5 years. I don't think it's that long, but moving on. 3 to 5 years. It's a scary feeling that folks been playing church all this time, hiding behind clothes and big hats and all of this because the pastor think you say, but you never once really thought to ask God, are you happy with how I'm living, what I'm learning, or nothing? And this is why I believe that the word says that he was going to come up on them like labor pain. Like, you don't know when labor is going to start. Natural labor, you have no idea when it's going to start. It just starts. Now, you have Braxton Hicks. You have things like that tell you that labor is going to start. But you never know the day nor the hour when that water is going to bust or a woman been down in pain. You don't know. And by then, it's too late. You can't stop it. It's coming. There are things that are being birthed into this world right now, just like a new baby that we have never seen. Folks studying about the ancestors, you better make sure you're studying about the right ones. Moving on. All right. I need y'all to go to the second book of Adam and Eve on sacred text and go to chapter 17. Chapter 17, the second book of Adam and Eve, chapter 17. Please. The second book of Adam and Eve on sacred text, chapter 17. I can't say that I remember. Uh-oh. Hilarious. Too funny. Well, get on in there, Amber. Get on in there. Do what you're doing. You doing your studying. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be sitting around doing nothing when I ain't on here. The second book of Adam and Eve. Second book of Adam and Eve, y'all. Chapter 17. Y'all ready? You're welcome. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. It says, then Jared kept his father's commandment. Who is Jared? Who is Jared? What do we know about Jared? What happened in the days of Jared? What happened in the day? The fallen angels. It was in the days in the right. He is Enoch's father. Right. The giants, the angels came down and said, her booty fat, I'm about to get me one. Okay. Enoch's dad. All right, here we go. It says, then Jared kept his father's commandment and arose like a lion over his people. Now, before we get started, this is so petty. I said, whatever. Didn't even realize that was going to be my life. Look up what a martinet is. The beginning of that, Martinet. What is a martinet? Let's do that first before we get reading. What is a martinet? Martinet. What is it? What's the definition of a martinet? Someone who demands and rules. Strict disciplinarian. A strict disciplinarian. Especially in the army of the Lord. Y'all think y'all got y'all martinet on your hands? A person who stresses a rigid adherence to details, forms, and methods. You said, oh my God, that's you. Isn't that interesting? I saw that today. I said, oh, or last night. I said, oh, Dad, thanks. That's why they sent me Scruffy. Interesting. So me and Jared, we got some things in common, me and Jared. Y'all think so? Y'all think me and Jared got some things in common? It's right there, Auntie. It's right there. Scruffy, right? Not yes. Definitely. Oh, okay. God don't need no jelly. He just said, yes, he's your uncle. You said, yup. Okay, well, here we go. Now y'all understand why. Because he said you got to rule over the people and help them be okay. Okay, here we go. All right, it says, it says, then Jared kept his father's commandments and arose like a lion over his people. He fed them in righteousness and innocence and commanded them to do nothing without his counsel. Well, I don't do that. For he was afraid concerning them, I am for y'all, lest they should go to the children of Cain. Wherefore did he give them orders repeatedly? Y'all feel like I be giving y'all orders repeatedly? What's the 2 orders I give y'all repeatedly? One for sure. We got a whole song about it. One for sure. What is it? What's the order I get? Get your stuff. Get your stuff. Get your stuff. Read and journal, but get your stuff. Hurry up. Get your stuff. Get moving. Get in the order. Get your plan together. Y'all done heard that. Y'all probably hear it in your sleep so much. And follow the rules. You dang right, Tia, y'all. Follow the rules. You follow the rules, you'll love it here. If you don't, you go ahead of here. Follow the rules. You're right. That's another one. Follow the rules. All right. Okay, here we go. It says, for he was afraid concerning them lest they should. Okay, 2. And continued to do so until the end of the 485th year of his life. At the end of these years, there came unto him this sign. As Jared was standing like a lion before the bodies of his fathers, praying and warning his people, Satan envied him and wrought a beautiful apparition because Jared would not let his children do aught without his counsel. And Satan then appeared to him with 30 men of his host in the form of handsome men. I had a dream that you invited me to your house for training or studying the other day. It felt urgent, interesting. Here we go. You hear that? Satan then appeared to him with 30 men of his hosts in the form of handsome men. Now let me ask you a question. Have the aliens been here? This is not when Adam and Eve first got out. This is after Adam has already died. So we in the 1,000 and something year of the earth being up and moving. And Satan and 30 of his niggas was still showing up in different forms, trying to deceive men. 30? When he was tricking his daddy, he came with 10, and they transformed themselves into a beautiful race of women. When his great-great-granddaddy or whatever it was dealing with the spirits, he was an angel, he was a snake, he was all of this stuff. And now him and his homeboys then changed themselves into 31 of them, changed themselves into these very handsome men to come and trick Jared. So have the aliens already been here and been coming around? And they able to change their forms. They able to be whatever they want you to see. Okay, here we go. Because an angel is not from this dimension, right? And whenever they describe the angels, it ain't nobody walking around here on earth looking like that, is it? Y'all done read about the angels, they scary looking. But in order for an angel or an evil angel to come to you so that you are not afraid, they have to assume the appearance of a human. Right? They've been saying aliens walk among us. Okay, where's angels from? Hey, where is angels from? Heaven, which we call here, what? Right, but where are they from? The cosmos. It's another word that we use. Out of space. Out of space. They are out of our space. Where they are, the dimension that they come from, it's not in our space. It's not in our dimension even. Right? So if an angel comes from heaven or outer space to earth, what would that be considered? What is that? Do we know that angels can fly? We know that angels can change their appearance. Right? It would be an extraterrestrial. It would be an alien. They say aliens come from outer space, outside of our dimension, from a civilization that is way far advanced. You mean like angels? Not all of the aliens are fallen, honey. God said at the end times he was going to be sending his troops here. Not all the angels are evil. Not all of them are, no. God got troops and he's deploying them. This is why we see in all these lights. Every time that a person ran into an angel and they was in their normal form, what was the first thing that happened? They couldn't see. It was lights in the heavens, and the lights end up coming to them and being a being. No. We found out that the star that the three wise men saw was actually an angel, right? So now we know how the stars are going to be judged because they're beings, the celestial bodies. We talked about that. And they always say, do not fear because it's real, real scary. Most people pass out and lose their bowels, is what it said. They were immobilized. So the people that saw aliens, didn't they say they couldn't move? They were so scared. Some of them defecated on themselves and passed out. Ain't this what they say when they seen them? They just seen a bright, 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 bright light, and then it was beings there that was taller than us and all of that, and they didn't look like they was from here. Well, all angels don't look the same. So an angel is considered an alien. Does the Bible talk about heavenly chariots? The Bible talks about heavenly chariots. So if we can't see the angels that's walking around us until they want us to see them, what about heavenly horses that fly? Horses can't fly. The Bible said they can. Because the chariot that took Enoch, it was horses pulling it. A fiery chariot of horses. And okay, Pegasus, right. And if Elisha did not keep his eyes open, he said he would have missed it. He had to see him at the very time that the heavenly chariot was going to pick him up, or it would have went in a blink of an eye and he wouldn't have seen him and been able to catch the mantle. Ain't that how they say the spaceships come and pick people up? It be a light. If they see the light shines down and the person is taken up like into the ship, and the ship flies away. But if you're not paying attention, it happens so quick, you won't see it. There's a probe and then there's probing, right? All these people say that they was probed, right? How many times has God sent an angel to somebody and the angel was asking them questions? That's probing too. Thank you so much. Is it not? When you're asking a person questions and all of those things, is it not a form of probing? We know that angels can see sickness. We know that they can smell blood types. We know, you said probing questions. Okay. Has anybody ever been around somebody that is passing away and they just be answering questions, but y'all think they just talking? But they answering questions. They see somebody, but y'all don't see nobody. The angel is there probing them and asking them their last will and testament, their last whatever, because they won't speak no more. Because our books are being written down to the last breath. So you don't think that it's crazy that when a person is dying, can't nobody else see this being? They right there. But the angel is coming and probing, what did you learn in your life? What is it that you found out? Well, what about this? What's still in your heart? What are you holding on to before you leave to put in your book? Yeah, I feel it too. Out of here on my legs standing up, y'all. God is good. You hear me? You said, I'm at the hospital now. My cousin is on life support. No way. Well, we will definitely pray for your cousin. You said, yep, my granddaddy said he wasn't leaving until his dad came for him. His dad came and got him. Wow. My question to you is, have the aliens been here? Have they? The aliens been here. And the scripture that I posted yesterday proves that. It said, beware, because you never know when you entertain an angel. Some of you have let them in your house unaware, didn't even know an alien was in your house. An alien is somebody, what are you, didn't immigrants used to be called illegal what? Illegal aliens, which means from somewhere else. You ain't from around here. See how they just be putting that around in our face? No, they used to be called illegal aliens, girl. Uh-huh. That's what they used to be called before they were immigrants. They were illegal aliens. Which is crazy. That we was just calling people that. You hear me? That's crazy. We was calling people that. That is crazy. Whole person, you were a illegal alien. I used to wonder why they called them that. Because they was from somewhere else. They ain't from here. Now it's immigrant. That's a nicer thing to say. But look at God. You heard me? Okay, so the aliens been here. So we know this. We know this. We know this for a fact. We know this. Okay. They still do on court documents. Really? Interesting. So MIB is real, what y'all telling me? I already knew. Okay, come on. Here we go. So here we go. It says Satan himself being the elder and tallest among them with a fine beard. Interesting. They stood at the mouth of the cave and called out Jared from within it. So Jared, the great, as my auntie went to the other room, she said, move over. I'm trying to get in onto the other side. Wow. Because it said it's going to be a whole bunch of people on that side. Girl, listen. Shoot. Hopefully if it's enough space now. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Excuse me. You said my husband passed last Monday in October. He was talking in his sleep, answering questions. Are you serious? And she stopped talking to y'all right after that? He was answering questions in his sleep? Listen. They be talking to somebody just because you can't see them the whole month of October. I know you're not lying because I have a person that I call like my grandpa, and he did that the last month. It was all of these people. He kept telling us people was coming in there to see him and asking him all these questions, but he could never see their face, right? He could never see their face, but they was asking him these questions. He said, then they'll go away. But when we asked his workers at the place where he was living, they was like, ain't nobody been here to visit him. He said they come here every day and ask me questions. Well, about a month later, he died. Because that was like November 15th, and he died December 30th or something like that. Like the last day of the year, December 31st. He passed on November 11th at 12:12. Interesting. My mom did the same thing. She told me they were coming to get her and how to fix her hair. Wow. My grandmother saw her mother and her friends that had all passed the week of her transition. Listen, I keep telling you, when you go to sleep, you in the spirit. I see that every day in hospice. I need you to start writing down them questions, girl. I've been through that sitting with my client that passed away. Interesting. When I was in home care, a client of mine never wanted to leave me to leave because she was scared of them. Yeah, because some of the tormented spirits come. I did palliative care for over 20 years. I seen and heard lots. My aunt talked in her sleep in hospice. Interesting. Hello. Listen. My pop did the same thing. Held on because he wanted to know my mom and kids were okay. My mom was talking to her brother before she passed. Y'all, look at this. Y'all toes is wiggling and stuff too? How? They say my granddaddy was talking and said, no, his dad has to get him. He passed Christmas morning. Interesting. The lights would flicker too, and on MedTech, they always got it. The aliens been here with us. My mama would see someone sitting by us. Also saw a man that she thought he was there too to steal her jewels. Interesting. Her valuable, her soul. My grandpa kept asking us who was the man in the corner the day before he died. They always ask, who is that person over there in the corner? That's something I hear a lot. My uncle did the same. He kept saying, I'm waiting on Mario, his son. Interesting. I always ask people if someone is in the room with us. Yes, Joy, because they be saying it. My mother told me to get up. I was sitting on my Aunt Shirley when she was dying and no one was there. My gram spiritually reached out to my mom and me a month before she passed away. We got her ready. Wow. It's normal occurrences I've seen too many times. Got it. Hey. My mother told me to get... Oh, okay. Listen. Well, now that we know everybody be having the same experiences, come on. Yeah. My mother said she was sitting at the airport like all these lights were flashing and waiting. We were the last to see her. She said she needed to see her siblings. Wow. My father told me the people were waiting on him. He said they were dignified. Interesting. My grandmother asked to close the door on the ceiling. I told her that was there for her. She asked you to close the door on the ceiling? Yep. God, he put me over here to talk to the living. Thank God he put me over here to talk to the living. I pat all of y'all on the back because, baby, that's one of the things I don't be wanting to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. My mom had an accident and was at the hospital and told me there was a person in the corner in black. Yes. I hear about the person in black or the shadow person in the corner all the time from all kinds of stories and people that I talk to. That's something, yeah. But I seen that shadow too. I seen it. When I got burned, I saw it in the corner. And they had me on all that morphine and stuff. Sure did. I seen that spirit in the corner, baby. And I prayed him right on up out of there. Yep, the shadows be in the corners. And he was big too. Yep, and I woke up and that nurse was sitting over me and he wasn't supposed to be in my room. I woke up like this. You said I got goosebumps all over. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I never understood people seeing people in dreams that passed away because I never experienced that. Got it. The hearing is the last sense to go. You be careful what you saying. Interesting. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's get back to class, y'all. Come on. Okay. That's enough of that. We all right. You said my grandfather told us that a man was trying to come through his window. Interesting. Now think about that. Let's go there real quick. The eyes are the what? Yeah, but the what? The windows to the soul. Spirits want to inhabit bodies. So when he said that man was trying to get through his window, it could have been an evil spirit trying to inhabit him right before he died. Or if he was in the hospital and he was sick. Think about that. A man is trying to get into my window, but he laid in the hospital. How do you know a demon is present? The eyes. Uh-huh. I have. Yep. Come on, y'all. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Oh, so 5. It says they stood at the mouth of the cave and called out to Jared from within it. Now, how many times have you heard somebody calling your name while you in your house? Or you thought you saw somebody standing in your yard when you passed by the window. Or somebody came and rung your doorbell, but when you went, wasn't nobody there. What did our grandmas used to tell us? If somebody ring your doorbell and knock on the door and you don't see nobody there, don't what? Never answer back. What else? Don't open the door. So even a few 6 generations after Adam, there was demons standing outside somebody's house calling their name, trying to get them outside of safety. Y'all remember us talking about the demons that lure kids out the house? And because they think they seeing a real person, and the demons are the one that unlock the doors. When I was sleeping, I heard my mom was calling my name, but all the way in New York. It's a real thing. This how the kids get out. We didn't see it in the movies where the demon unlock the door and open the door, crack it open, pop the door open so the kid can get out. They really said, come outside, we're not going to jump you. That part. Peter Pan. Sweet cakes. The spirits flying outside the window. OMG. Because Peter Pan was flying outside their window, just like the lady in my son did this again Thursday, and the police was at my door holding my baby. I knew something was wrong. Your son got out the house Thursday? Anoint you got to get a bigger lock, mama. You're going to have to go and get on Amazon and get you a drill and drill you an extra hole taller than he can. How old is he? My oldest is 5. Used to have the front door wide open at night while we were asleep. Have you ever watched Insidious? Yes, I cried. I was at my sister's house. He's only 2. Auntie, I live on a busy street. You're going to have to go and get you a drip. Okay. You might have to go and get you something from the top. All the way from the top. They got stuff on Amazon, babe. You said black box with Felicia Rashad? Mark, sometimes a person can spiritually call you if they're in danger. OMG. Now, Tasia, I know you've been here for the class when we talked about these spirits letting these babies out and then it starts happening to you. Do you see how even that information can come before you need it? Because you've been here. I know you've been in a couple of them classes where we talked about that. And sometimes when something make the hair on your body stand up when we in class, yes, I have my daughter pray for him and over him that morning before school. Come on, baby. Listen. Your 16-year-old is opening doors in her sleep too? Yes, you got to anoint your baby. Them be spirits. Okay, so look. If you have never watched Insidious, you have to watch it. And Insidious ain't nothing but inside us. Y'all know that, right? Insidious is inside us. What does that mean? Possession. What was that movie about? Possession. A spirit on the inside of you controlling your body. Who was they attacking? The kids. And that spirit had been chasing the dad since he was young and chased his grandma, and it was trickling down. You gotta, and they be like, oh, I ain't watching that. Honey, the devil is alive. Okay, and that's why the devil is running through your house, because you don't know how he works. You ain't getting a visual, huh? You just, oh, I rebuked it, but do you know how they move? God lets movies be put out so we can understand too. Yeah. Yes, honey. I didn't watch all the Insidious. And honey be like, yep. Mm-hmm. It couldn't get back to them, so it went for the children. Yep. Generational curse coming up. Yep. Get your pen and paper, baby, if you gon' because they know possession is either following or in you, or that, and that's hereditary. Well, what happens is the spirit just attaches to a bloodline. My kids started seeing monsters in their room. I used to see things too. I played the blood of Jesus. And see, we talked about that. So you need to go through their toys. Go through your house and find out what it is. It might have been a book or something, or there's something. Ask God what it is. He'll tell you. Look under their bed. Wherever they feel scared at, look in that area. Look in that area. Wherever they feel scared at, it's probably something there. Just walked in my son's room and he's telling the man to get out. He said that man ain't said Jesus isn't alive right now. And y'all know the kids can see. Kids can see. Didn't I tell my kids was gonna tell me what demons was in there. Is somebody that brought something in my house? Do you hear me? But think about this. Is that not the movie? Is that not evil? Is it? Now, if he would have said that prior to y'all coming here, y'all probably would have blew that off. But now, after watching The Exorcist and watching Evil, you don't take that lightly when they say stuff like that no more, do you? Because kids can see in the spirit where we didn't told ourselves we tripping. They believe what they see. He's looking up at the thing's face. I assume the man's face is in the corner of the ceiling. Girl. Now you know that's on Insidious. You know that boy kept looking up in the corner, and in the movie, the demon was over his head in the corner, crawling up and down the wall. Girl. People like, I'm not watching that. Okay, so how will you know what's happening? How will you know what's going on? That's why when people be like, oh, we fighting against the enemy. How do the enemy move? Tell me the enemy strategy. Oh, the devil is always busy. But what do he do? Like, how do he attack us? Well, he attacks our finances spiritually. How does he attack us? What do we do? That part. I'm trying to tell you, Cindy. You said nope. Yes, they can. Listen. When I tell you, my 4-month-old granddaughter, just your 4-month-old granddaughter, your 4-year-old granddaughter. Interesting. 4-year-old or 4-month-old? Yeah, it's a real thing, family. So in this, and we're gonna finish reading 4 year old. Okay, listen, it's a real thing, and these spirits are not hiding anymore. Have y'all noticed that? Because it's getting closer and closer to the time that they're gonna be thrown into the fiery furnace as well. So they cutting up big time now. They're not hiding because it's about to be their time to run through this piece. They're not hiding. They don't have to hide no more. They don't gotta, whatever. They come in full throttle. The spirit of hatred is crazy. Strife is moving around. Deception. They all moving. And you can see it in the face of the people that are allowing them to inhabit them. You can see it. While I'm in the restroom, I need y'all to think of 4 times that you met a person that you questioned. It's something odd. You right. Okay? You said you believe you see it in your ex-wife. Listen, I've been having scary dreams. Hopefully you're writing them down. Hopefully you're writing them down. I need you to come up with 4 instances in your lifetime that you can remember where you met somebody and you felt like they might be an angel or a demon, and then write down what it is that made you feel like that. You ain't never met a person, you be like, this is different. And I can't put my finger on it, but maybe you met somebody and the hair on your body stood up and you was like, ooh. Or you was in a time or a situation and you saw somebody that nobody else saw, like in a dangerous situation, and a fire, a car accident, whatever it is. I need you to just think back real quick while I'm in the restroom, even if about your kids. If there's a situation, my ex eyes went straight black when he got angry. Right, I get it, but I'm saying somebody like that you didn't know. You ain't never ran into nobody and been like, maybe felt like they was an alien. You said this really just happened, y'all. This is wow. Yeah, it is. Pray over that room, pumpkin. You seen someone's face transform. That's what I'm talking about. So I need y'all to write down those instances. It don't gotta be detailed. Okay, but I don't want y'all to tell me. I want y'all to write them down. It's a reason for this. Write them down. Write on the paper that we at right now. Write it down. Okay. Okay. Don't tell me. I need y'all to write it on y'all paper. It's a reason for that. Okay. But think about the thoughts that you had, if you can remember. Think about where you were on your way to when this happened or coming from. You hear me? I know that's right. Okay? You hear me? I need y'all to think about what was going on. What were you on your way to? Okay? Or where were you on your way from when you ran into this person? Were you on the bus? Were you in your car? Were you in a grocery store? Those things are important because God sends messengers to us. Or distractions in a good way, like God knows there's an accident that you could be in, so he'll let the person hold you up at the gas station talking for whatever reason. You're like, I gotta go. But then you get up and if you would have left prior to talking to this stranger, you would have been right there when the accident happened. That type situation. You see what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Think back to those instances where you were held up and it was a person. Maybe you went to the bank and something. The person's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's going to go fine. The hospital, wherever. I want you to think about that and then jot a couple of things down and I'll be right back. I probably should make me some more coffee, but I'm not. check on my stuff. I have to remember to change my trays around because some of them got drier than others, and so I had turned it off last night. I gotta turn it back on. Y'all got y'all stuff? We ready? Y'all wrote them down? Yeah? Yellow. Okay. All right, here we go. So it says he came out to them. So he had to leave safety and go out where the demons was calling him. How many times have you left the safety of God's will and went out to the evil spirits that was calling you? You left the safety of where God had got you established and got you together and was lured out of your home by evil. Disguised. Disguised as something that wouldn't hurt you. Disguised as something you like looking at. Disguised as a better job. Disguised as a really good car. Disguised as a really good friend. How many times have people been lured to their spiritual death and their physical death by entities that looked harmless? People went out with their friends and didn't know their friends was setting them up to lose their life. People went out with their family members. Come on, cuz, man. We ain't about to be doing nothing, man. Come on. And didn't even know that they was luring them to their death. Well, the spirit that was working through that person knew. Right? The entity that was inside of that human knew. Now, the person might have been completely clueless that they would come ride with me real quick. Baby, I do not go ride with nobody nowhere. No. I told my kids, stay away from them. Come ride with me real quick, people. You ain't right. Where we going? Who gonna be there? What you about to do? Baby, listen. All right. So it says, he came out to them and found them looking like fine men. Me too, Jared, with a nice beard. Full of light and of great beauty. Now, is Lucifer able to be filled with light? Baby. Got that crystalline light. Yeah. Is he able to be? No. No. Absolutely he is not. Remember, that's the thing that God stripped him of. His light. So the light. No, remember God made him dark. He lost the light. So he manufactures a fake LED lights. Maybe the L in LED light don't stand for whatever, it stands for Lucifer. Because it's a false light. It's a fake light. It's not real. The real light is the sun. This is a fake light. A manufactured light. So Lucifer made fake light or manufactured light because he's a being of darkness. God stripped him of his light. So anytime that he manufactures a light, it's a false light. It's not the real light. GMO light. Artificial light. Ain't that crazy? Because he's a being of darkness, God stripped him of his light and his beauty. But he's always pretending like he still got his light. Manufactured light. You remember in the scripture where it says, the light that you have is not even light, it's darkness? Remember it talked about the light that's in you, it ain't even a light. It's really darkness. That's Lucifer too. The light that is in him, it ain't even really light. He's really darkness. God stripped him of that. Satan disguises himself as an angel of light to deceive people into thinking evil is good and dark is light. Come on now. Come on now. You hit it right on the head. The frenemy, that part. Here we go. All right, it says, he wondered at their beauty and their looks and thought within himself whether they might not be of the children of Cain. He said also in his heart, as the children of Cain cannot come up to the height of this mountain, and none of them is so handsome as these appear to be, among these men there is not one of my kindred. They must be strangers. Write down, they must be strangers. He didn't recognize them. He said, they don't look like the people of Cain. And they not none of my lines, so these people must be strangers. I need you to write down, they must be strangers. Because you don't look like my people's people, and you don't look like my people. So where are you from? Y'all got it down? They must be strangers. Okay. Then Jared and they exchanged a greeting, and he said to the elder among them. So who did it say the elder among these 30 men was? Who is he talking to directly? Lucifer, Satan. So he went to talk, because normally you want to talk to the older person, the person that got more wisdom. Where's your daddy at? Where is your mama? Where is your grandma? Come here. Come here. People assume that because you're older and you have gray hair, you're what? What? Wise. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Ain't that what they do in Africa? Go talk to the elders. Yes, it is. Interesting. So, did he manufacture the look? Here we go. Let me get my shield before I say this. Ooh, shoot. Watch your feet, girl. Watch your feet. Because I know how y'all do. How many of y'all manufactured the look of a Christian? How many of y'all manufactured the look of a wholesome person? How many of y'all manufactured the look of this or that, but that wasn't the substance in there? Lucifer manufactured himself to look wise, but he wasn't. So, going back to what I said earlier, I'm about to show y'all another manufactured look. Well, then why you just didn't? Girl. Here go another one. Ain't this another manufactured look? When people see this, they assume you a good person. They assume that you're not a predator. They assume that you're wise. They assume that you know what you're talking about. And as long as you have a manufactured look. As long as you have a manufactured word. As long as you have a manufactured tick, as long as you can speak in tongues, as long as you can read off the page, they assume. But it's a manufactured look because the substance ain't really what it say it is. People have manufactured the look of being a doctor and they weren't. People have manufactured the look of being a normal citizen and they was a serial killer. Spies manufacture a look. They manufacture a life. But are they really who they say they are? No. The appearance of something doesn't make it such. There are people that have been murdered because a man assumed that they were completely female. And when he undressed them, that's not what it was. There are women who have run into someone that gives the appearance of a man, but when they undress them, that's not what it was. And I'm not saying it like that person is an it. I'm saying the situation, this is a manufactured male or a manufactured female, right or wrong? No? No? There's manufactured rumps, manufactured teeth, manufactured eye color, manufactured cheekbones, manufactured breast, manufactured six packs. You can get everything manufactured now. Noses, feet, height. They got manufactured height where they will add to your bones to make you taller, babe. So just because it gives the appearance doesn't mean that that's exactly what it is. It's just that, an appearance, a costume. You said hot pockets and sausages too. Amen. Amen. So just because it look like it don't mean that's what it is. And just because it look real don't mean it is. Just because it sound real don't mean it is. Right? and over and over again in the word with Lucifer and his demons, they could transform into whatever it is that they wanted the people to see. Well, don't we got people that do that now? We got people that pretend to live a certain life, but off camera they don't really live that life. It's manufactured. Stay. So is Lucifer the king of looking like it but not really being it? So where does that spirit come from? Of not really being what you see. Beguiling. You ever have somebody tell you that you their best friend and the whole time they trying to destroy your life? They pretended that they loved you, but did they really? A married man presents himself as a respectable gentleman. The next thing I know, I'm in an affair. Uh-oh. 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 You said, ooh, my chest. Yep, that one hit. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let's go. Here we go. It says, then Jared and they exchanged a greeting, and he said to the elder among them, "Oh, my father, explain to me the wonder that is in thee, and tell me who these are with thee, for they look to me like strange men." Then the elder began to weep, and the rest wept with him. And he said to Jared, "I, Adam, whom God made first, and I am Adam, whom God made first. And this is Abel, my son, who was killed by his brother Cain, into whose heart Satan put to murder him." Wait a minute. This nigga came and told Jared, "I'm Adam. This is Abel. You know the one that Satan, him, me, put into his heart to marry his brother? Yeah, that's him." Who is Adam and Seth and not Seth? Who is Adam and Abel to and Seth to Jared? Who is Adam, Seth, and Abel to Jared? They are his what? His ancestors. His ancestors. So Satan came in the appearance of Jared's ancestors. He brought 30 men with him. I'm sure they were the names of people that had already died, that long lived before Jared. Now, Do we still have people assuming dead people's identities right now? We have people that assume they will take over a dead person's identity, and you kill them to take over their identity. They learn enough about the person to become the person, and y'all wonder why I don't do jealousy and envy. It's a lady down in Atlanta that just went to jail for this. A black lady. She killed her friend and assumed her identity. What was it, last year? Or she killed her a couple of years ago? So where does that spirit come from? When you don't want to be yourself, you want to be everybody else. Who started that? You seen it, Rika? Lucifer. He stole the identity of a snake. He stole the identity of an angel. He stole the identity of a man, a woman, and now he's coming and acting like he's Adam. And one of his demons is acting as Abel and Seth. Here we go. Then this is my son Seth, whom I ask of the Lord, who gave him to me to comfort me instead of Abel. Then this one is my son Enos, son of Seth, and that other one is Canaan, son of Enos, and that other one is Mahaliel, son of Canaan, thy father. Can I ask you a question? When people go and talk to their ancestors, don't they know everybody's names and the stories behind them? You honest, Cindy? Nobody would have known that the demon that was with your grandma and uncle and whoever else it was would have known. Because it's an evil spirit assigned to every person. What do you mean? They was with them from the time they was born to the time they died. So when people are talking to their ancestors, who you think they talking to? Do me a favor, not spirit. Look up the word mimic and tell me the definition, please. Not mimicking spirit, just look up mimic. What is the definition for mimic? To imitate. Interesting. What else we got? To imitate someone, their actions and words. To imitate someone, which is their actions and words. A person skilled in imitating the voice, mannerisms, or movements of others in an entertaining way. To impersonate. To copy or exaggerate in order to make fun of. Okay. So is that what Lucifer just did right here? He had each one of his demons imitate one of Jared's forefathers using their voice and appearance. It's an imposter. So evil spirits have been mimicking people's dead family members since the first 7 generations, is what you're telling me. Because didn't Lucifer just tell Jared, we your ancestors? Ain't that what he just told him right here? He was impersonating dead people to try to deceive Jared? No? But he had to know who Jared's ancestors was, didn't he? Okay. So if you've read this before, you know in the previous chapters, it talks about Adam and Seth and Abel and all of these people being laid in a tomb and their bodies are still there. Okay? So he knows how tall Adam is. He knows how tall Seth is. And get this, remember it said that Adam and the first men before the flood were taller than us. Because their bodies, he looks at every day because he's the guarder of what we would call the cemetery right now, or the tomb. He look at these mummified bodies every day. So Lucifer knew exactly how tall Adam was. Exactly. I mean, because if you see the form of somebody, you can tell who they is. And we know from those bodies that they held their skin and everything. So you can see the facial structure of the person in those old mummy tombs. Yes or no? In those wrappings, they wrapped them so well and preserved the skin so well, you can almost tell what the person looked like, right or wrong. Skin be intact and everything. Only thing is, it's thin. They ain't got no fat in between there, and then they don't got their eyes or whatever else. So I would know the form of this dead person. Even if I can't see their face, I know your facial structure. So how long did it take Lucifer to manufacture looking like Adam to know the exact height and size and all of this? Him and his homeboys. Okay. All right. It says, this is my son. Oh, I'm sorry. We read that. Okay. It says, but Jared remained wondering at their appearance and at the speech of the elder to him. Then the elder said to him, marvel not, O my son. We live in the land north of the garden, lies, which God created before the world. He would not let us live there, but placed us inside the garden, below which ye are now dwelling. But after that I transgressed, and he made me come out of it, and I was left to dwell in this cave. Great and sore troubles came upon me. And when my death drew near, I commanded my son Seth to tend to his people well. And this my commandment is to be handed from one to another unto the end of the generations to come. How many people have said my grandma came to me after she died? My uncle came to me after he died. Okay? No. How many people came and said, and she said what she always said to me? He came to me and he said, now we know for a fact that this is what Adam said when he died. But Lucifer took word for word what Adam said to his sons and said it. Well, this has been passed down from generation to generation. Whole time, Lucifer is a mimicking spirit. He took the words and the appearance of Adam. Is that not what mimicking spirits do right now? Is it? So when people tell you they talking to their ancestors, who do you think they talking to? If he'll pretend to be Adam, why wouldn't he pretend to be one of your family members? You said it, Rika. If he will pretend to be an angel, Adam, a woman, a man, a dog, a cat, a bird, why would he not pretend to be your family members? And because they dead, you can't go ask him. And he know that. You said when you really think about it, that's scary. He's still off the hook and he ain't changed. Why should he change when people don't learn his ways? It works. How many times have we seen in the movies that a person's family member will keep coming to them and it comforts them at first, but then the spirit starts to torment them and make them do things and make things happen around them that they don't want to happen, and they have to pray the spirit away? You said great grandma used to come to me in dreams and told me the names to say to my mom. Whole time it was fake. Yeah, because the demons was there with great grandma now. They know. They're still angels. They're just fallen angels. I've had my family member tell me a family member visited them. Didn't I tell y'all the dead can't come see me? I don't play that. Do not come tell me nothing. You should have told me while you was alive. I don't want the dead over here. Don't come visit me. Don't do that. I see you on the other side. A dead man tells no tales. Come on. Come on. Listen, it's my cousin. I'm cool. You said you had me nervous. My child father used to come visit, didn't talk to me, but I would see him frequently. Don't come over here. Told me my mom's old nicknames in certain family to talk about that she missed. That's real deceptive. Yeah, because the spirit of grief comes back up and then they can get in, or depression, or sadness, or hurt. Think about it. My grandma said she seen your great grand. She never met. Yeah, I don't need you to go see. No, don't come over here. Here we go. We're moving on. Oh man. He said, I commanded my son Seth to tend to his people, and this is my commandment. Oh, we got that. 15. But oh, Jared, my son, we live in beautiful regions, while you live here in misery. As this thy father Mahaliel informed me, telling me that a great flood will come and overwhelm the whole earth. This nigga like taking God's words and using them, don't he? Him and his homeboys is the reason the flood is gonna come. Look at the enemy, how crazy he is, where he is taking the word of God and the prophecies that he is one of the causes of the destruction, and saying, oh no, remember God, I know you know God told us that the flood was gonna come. Remember, in the days of Jared is when the first weapons of mass destruction were made. That was the Nephilim. in Jared's days. And who then came to visit? Fallen angels. Here we go. It says, therefore, O my son, for your sakes I rose and took my children with me, and I came hither for us to visit thee and thy children. But I found thee standing in this cave weeping, and thy children scattered about this mountain in heat and in misery. But, O my son, as we missed our way and came as far as this, we found other men below this mountain who inhabit a beautiful country, full of trees and full of fruits, and of all manner of verdure. It is like a garden. So that we found them, so that when we found them, we thought that they were you, until thy father Mahaliel told me they were no such thing. So Lucifer is telling Jared, the people that live down in the valley, we thought they was you. But Mahaliel told me that ain't y'all. Now he lying because Cain's kids was living down in the valley. Seth's kids was living up on the top of the mountain. Okay? So they was like living in what would have been at that time, it's going into lush Egypt and all of that, when Egypt was a beautiful garden and it had all of the trees and the fruits, and before it was a desert, which it is right now. But God told Seth's line, don't go down there and mix with the children of Cain. Now Lucifer then came and said, I'm your forefather, but I thought the people Cain's kids was y'all. It's real pretty down there. Why you don't go down there? Y'all living up here, it's hot. You on the mountain, it's all dusty and dirty, and they got all that good stuff down there. Why y'all not living down there? How many times have you been in a dry season in your life and the devil offered you a beautiful garden to come to? You ever been broke and the wrong money showed up? You ever been in a situation and the wrong opportunity presented itself and it seemed so much better than the situation you was in right now? Interesting. So Lucifer has always come in and used God's words to trick people, or used familiarity in a certain area, or a familial connection to trick people. Familiar spirits. He gonna use something that's familiar to you to get you to go with him. Ain't that how predators of children get I know your mom. I know your dad. Your dad's name is Jeff, right? Yeah, your mom told me to get you to come with me. Ain't that what they use? Ain't that what they use? The people that plan on, they used to say, I know your mom, I know your dad. Your mom and dad told me to pick you up. Ain't that what Lucifer was doing? Luring somebody out and saying they know they mama, their daddy, their cousin, their uncle, so that you will go with them. Amber alert, come on. So Lucifer's been using the same luring techniques the whole time. He ain't changed. Oh, I know, Loretta. They filter in our comments and all that old good stuff. He ain't changed his thing. He gonna use something that you know to get you. He knows if he uses something unfamiliar, it's gonna heighten your senses, so you probably won't do it. So you're welcome. You're welcome, pumpkin. He gotta use something you used to or something you know. If he let a stranger walk in your room while you sleep in your dream, it's gonna scare you. And you won't be willing to listen. But if he mimics one of your family members, you might listen intently. You might listen and take everything to heart because you love that family member. Is this not the exact same thing that he just did to Jared? He mentioned his great-great-grandfather and his great-great-great-great-grandfather, so it softened him. Oh, that's my people. A new person might not get you folded up like a pretzel, but an old one can definitely come back and try. A new pool can't open up and you necessarily go to it, but that old pool open the gates and you might go back over there because you didn't swim in that pool before. You didn't climb that tree before. That tree is familiar to you. It pulls on your heartstrings and other strings. Crafty, cunning, slickest, unclean spirits. Oh, okay. And even if it is a new avatar, he bring the same spirit back because it'll give you that same feeling that other pool did or that other tree did. You said I'm snatching leaves out. He tried me. He tried it with me in a dream. It was my granny with my son on her lap. He knows I miss her. I'm trying to tell you. I have dreams often about my brother who passed, and I'm always surprised that he never died in the dream. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Here we go. I'm just trying to see if y'all see what I see. All right. 18. Now therefore, O my son, hearken to my counsel. A lot of times when people come to you in your dream or the spirit show up, that's your family member, ain't they always telling you to listen what they got to say to you? And it's always urgent or of importance, whatever it is that they're saying. I have to tell you this, and I need you to listen before I got to go away. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Please listen. Excuse me. And after the dream is over, does the person think about what they said? You said, and they get real mad if you say no or disagree. Interesting. 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 But you'll keep thinking about that dream. You'll keep thinking about what they said. You might even be repeating it. Okay. It says, go down to them, thou and thy children. You will rest from all this suffering in which ye are. But if thou wilt not go down to them, then arise and take thy children and come with us to our garden. You shall live in our beautiful land, and ye shall rest from all this trouble, which thou and thy children now are bearing. Now, some of y'all have read this, some of y'all haven't, so let me give it a little backstory. Basically, when their father died, they took over as the keeper of the bodies. So Jared was keeping all of the dead forefathers' bodies. You didn't get to lead it. It's like the monks, the Ethiopian monks that can't leave where the Ark of the Covenant is until they die. Once they go in there, they never get to come back out. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen it? There's a brand of Ethiopian monks. They can't, once they get appointed to, a priest, they can't leave that church never. So it was basically this same thing. He wasn't guarding the Ark of the Covenant, but he was guarding Adam's bodies. Adam and all of the first men's bodies. Okay? And they couldn't leave. So Lucifer then came acting like Adam, even though he know Adam is laid up there in the mortuary, in the tombs. Jared knows this because he prays over the bodies every day. But now Adam is standing in front of you, talking to you. Thank you. You know the body is up there. But now this apparition, or what we would call an hologram or image, or whatever it is, he knows because he prays over the body. He already knows where the bodies is at. But Lucifer is standing right in front of him in a solid form, looking like Adam. He's also telling him to go against the commandment that God had gave them, that now that when you gonna be the one that stay right here, okay, and guard these bodies of the first people. Okay, here we go. He said, but Jared, when he heard this discourse from the elder, wondered and went hither and thither, but at that moment he found not one of his children. Then he answered and said to the elder, why have you hidden yourselves unto this day? So he ain't crazy. He said, well, he said, wait a minute. Now think about this. He could have went back to the grave because it said hither and thither, so he was walking back and forth. Y'all think he went and looked back like, I know these, but this Adam, there go Seth, there go Abel, Mahaliel right there. So then, if you here, how are you there? He like, wait a minute, but Adam is dead. My grandfather has been dead. I know Seth is dead and Abel is dead. They're dead. So he said, well, where y'all been hiding yourselves at then? How many times have they went to check the body if the body is in the coffin and the body wasn't there? The Walking Dead. Would this not be considered The Walking Dead because the body is dead, but he didn't came acting like he ain't? He know for a fact the body's dead because he pray over him every day. But this dead person is standing right here in front of me that's been dead for a long time. You said they used to put bells on them to make sure they couldn't get out, or if they woke up, they could hear them in there. Interesting. Down in Louisiana, wasn't it? He done fixed the corpse up. Okay. But get this, though. The corpse is still laying in there. So if I done went to your grave and your bones is there, how was you standing right here in front of me? You wouldn't be scared. You know you just went and put this person in a grave and then you could touch them. You ain't going to be terrified. You ain't going to be questioning your sanity. Huh? I would. My great grandmother died in 1988. I was like 8 years old, 8 or 9 years old. I know my mama went to the funeral because we didn't get to go. She made us go to school, but she went to the funeral. So if my great grandmother, I knock on my door and she's standing there in the flesh and blood, and I know she died in 1988, nigga, I'll probably pass out. And she has a distinctive look, how she used to wear hair. So I know I would know her if I seen her. But I can touch you and feel you. You said talking about heart just gone. That part. Here we go. Listen. And the elder replied, if thy father had not told us, we should not have known it. So Lucifer tell this nigga, how would I know unless my daddy told me? The mimicking spirit said, how would I know this unless I'm really your family member? Nasty work. It is. Because that's a trick people use all the time to lure a person out. You have to believe me, because how would I know if it wasn't supposed to happen or whatever else it is? All right, here we go. Then Jared believed his words were true. He gave him enough information for him to believe him. He knew enough of the people he knew. He knew enough of the words that have been passed down from generation to generation to make him believe it. Ain't that what a con artist do? They just need enough information to make you believe it. They'll make up the rest. Or you'll give it to them. Ain't your cousin the one who she kind of looks like, is she tall? Yeah, she's tall. And her hair is short up to her ears. Yeah, that's her. Her husband's name is Jared. Yeah, Jared, that's him. Your mom told me to come get you. Isn't her name Sarah? Yep. You being gave them all the details they need to describe to you the person that they have no idea who they are. You answering the questions for them. Come on. Yep. Yep. Think about it. Don't I know you from somewhere? Did you go to such and such high school? I did. Which class were you in? It was the my history teacher. Was it Mr. Johnson or Mr. Ranson? Mr. Ranson. Oh yeah, my cousin was in class with him. What did your cousin? I remember them now. They don't have no idea of who you're talking about. That's why when people say, you know what I mean, I say, no, I don't. That part. What is it? Well, I say, you know what I mean, but y'all be knowing what I mean. Who I'm talking about. Yeah. But do you understand? I be saying that. But y'all be knowing what I mean, though. Do. Yeah, I know what I mean. And then y'all start giving the answers. But I ain't trying to deceive you either. So that's a different case. But y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying? That you being gave the enemy all the information they need to deceive you. Yes or no? How many times have you been betrayed by a person? Oh, you said you know what's her name. Nah, I don't know her. That part. How many times have you been betrayed by a person and the only way they were able to betray you is because you gave them the information? They wouldn't have been able to do it or hurt you if you didn't give it to them. You said, man, say, listen. Hold on. Wait a minute. What you talking about? Hold on there. Okay. You gave them the ammo only twice now. I asked that question with the question. Uh-oh. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Ooh. So that elder said to Jared, or Lucifer said to Jared, wherefore didst thou turn about so and so? He said, why was you doing that? Why are you moving all around? And he said, I was seeking one of my children to tell him about my going with you and about their coming down to those about whom thou hast spoken to me. And when the elder, or Lucifer, heard Jared's intentions, he said to him, let alone that purpose at present. And come. He said, no, 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 no. Don't worry about finding your kids. Jared said, I need to go find my kids so I can tell one of them where I'm going, that I'm about to leave with you. Lucifer says, oh, no, 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 no. Don't worry about that right now. We gonna take you down there, and then you can come back and tell them. How many times have people been in a situation where they wanted to tell somebody who they was leaving with, and they told them, nah, we about to leave right now, just come on? Why wouldn't a person want someone to know that you are with them? Because they're being deceitful. They have something planned, right? They don't want nobody to know who they are, right? An evil intent. Come on. You ain't got to tell him you with me. Don't worry about it. The same thing he told Seth when Seth was a little boy. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to tell nobody you with me. Exactly. 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 Don't tell nobody where you at. Just come on with me. So have predators changed the way that they move? And do we now know the spirits that be working through these people that say that? Don't tell nobody. Don't worry about it. Now come on with me. Is it not making you see a lot of these spirit people is moving with the spirit of Lucifer in them? And that evil spirits are still come on, nothing new under the sun. Evil spirits are still using their same tricks, and they still working. On verse 48, they always try to find the last person that seen him alive and the last person that was with him, right or wrong. Okay. He said, if the land in which we dwell pleases thee, we and thou shalt return hither and take thy family with us. So he said, well, if you like what you see, you can come back and get your family. It says, but if our country does not please thee, thou shalt come back to thy own place. And the elder urged Jared, or Lucifer did, to go before one of his children came to counsel him otherwise. He wanted to hurry up because he knew that his kids like, Dad, you know we're not supposed to go down there. Jared then came out of the cave and went with them and among them. And they comforted him until they came to the top of the mountain of the sons of Cain. Then said the elder to one of his companions, we have forgotten something by the mouth of the cave, and that is the chosen garment we had brought to clothe Jared withal. He then said to one of them, go back thou, someone, and we will wait for thee here, and until thou come back. Then we will clothe Jared, and he shall be like us, good and handsome, and fit to come with us into our country. Then that one went back. But when he was a short distance off, the elder Lucifer called to him and said to him, tarry thou until I come up and speak to thee. So they walking away. Lucifer says, oh, shoot. I forgot something at the cave. We brought Jared something to put on so when he go down here and meet the people, he can look like us. I need one of y'all to run back and get it. So one of the demons says, oh, okay, I'll go grab it. And then he told him, hey, go right there and just wait. I'm going to come up and holler at you for a minute. Just stay right there for a minute. Hold on, y'all. Let me go talk to him real quick. Secret conversation. The setup. Come on now. Here we go. He said, then he stood and the elder went up to him. So Lucifer went up to the other demon. One thing we forgot at that cave, it is this: to put out the lamp that burns inside it above the bodies that are therein. Then come back to us quick. He says, so what I want you to do is run up to the cave now that he ain't there guarding it, and blow out that light that has been burning since Adam died. Now, at this time, the other 28, 29 demons is sitting over here keeping Jared preoccupied while Lucifer is running the play. He said, now that we got him away from the cave, I told him we forgot something up there. What we forgot was to put out that lamp. He don't know that, but he ain't there to guard it, distracted. Come on now. Come on. Backstabber, smile on your face, whole time, want to take your place. Here we go. You said it. All right. Baby, listen. He said, then come back to us quick. That one went, and the elder came back to his fellows and Jared. And they came down from the mountain, and Jared with them. And they stayed by a fountain of water near the houses of the children of Cain, and waited for their companion until he brought the garment for Jared. He then, who went back to the cave, put out the lamp and came to them and brought a phantom with him and showed it to them. What is a phantom? A ghost? Is there a card called a phantom? Yeah. Moving on. Oh, shoot. And when Jared saw it, he wondered at the beauty and grace thereof, and rejoiced in his heart, believing it was all true. But while they were staying there, 3 of them went into the house of the sons of Cain and said to them, bring us today some food by the fountain of water for us and our companions to eat. Wait a minute. So angels who disguised themselves to look like a race of men, 3 of them. Oh, you said Merriam-Webster says an object of continual dread or abhorrence. Interesting. We in the second book of Adam and Eve, chapter 17. So look, now, the angels went to real humans and said, give us some food. We need to eat. How many times have I told y'all that the homeless people that you see might not even be a regular person? That homeless person could have your blessing in their hands because they might not even be a person at all. Seeing as how they can look just like us. If a homeless person can be an FBI agent, that can't be an agent for the Lord. Don't they have FBI and CIA agents act like hell? There was a nigga in Chirac that was laying down trying to get niggas. One of them ones with the pipes. He was laying down acting like homeless people, they said, so he could get the niggas that he wanted to get. Because they weren't from there either. Come on. He was a whole dude just recently or a couple years ago that everybody was scared of. Because they say he'll put on a wig or some different clothes. He'll lay down like he a homeless person with the boxes all over him. And the whole time, he laying on his ops road waiting for them to come through. So if these people can use a homeless costume to get to who they trying to get to, why can't God do it? You said a member in Belly DMX character played a homeless man and took the dude out. Oh, okay. So then can angels be pretending to be a homeless person? Good or bad angels? Couldn't they pretend to be a homeless person? And now that we know that they can put on the look of a human, you don't know how many people you done ran into that wasn't people at all. Okay. It says, but when the sons of Cain saw them, they wondered at them and thought, these are beautiful to look at, as such as we never saw before. So they rose and came with them to the fountain of water to see their companions. So the children of Cain never seen nobody that looked like this before, and the children of Seth never seen nobody that looked like this before. Nobody on earth never seen no beings that look like this. Sound familiar? So aliens are here with us, but something about them just ain't all the way right. The devil's folks knew, I'm sorry. The evil line of Adam knew, yeah, something ain't right about you. You said an angel came to your door? I believe it. And Seth's line was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's something off about you. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But something is different. I don't know if it's the fingers or... Excuse me, my daughter has seen them changing right before her eyes. Shapeshifters. Oh, I believe it. I believe it for sure. I'm just trying to get y'all to see how stuff been around here for a long time. You hear me? You said, yep, and Disney Lucas showed us. Show did. Something off. There's something. Yep. You said she asked for food. I believe it. I believe it. All right, here we go. It says, they found them very handsome, and they cried aloud about their places for others to gather together and come and look at these beautiful beings. Then they gathered around them, both men and women. Then the elder, or Lucifer, said to them, we are strangers in your land. Bring us some good food and drink bring us some good food and drink, you and your women, to refresh ourselves with you. Okay, can you please tell me the scripture that says you beware, because some of you have invited angels into your home? Well, it depends on what version you're reading. But what's the scripture? Can y'all put it up here about the angels? Some of you have entertained angels. You said just like you taught us mystique. Yep. Same thing. Anybody got it? Hebrews 13 and 2. Interesting. What other story do we know about an angel walking with the person and they thought they was a regular person? And it's one that's not in the Bible. What other book do we know of that's in the lost books? Abraham. Yep. What other one? Oh, that was good. I forgot all about that. Tobit. Abraham and Tobit for sure. Raphael. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm saying they thought it was a person. You met your guardian angel. Pretty cool. Crazy. Okay. So we know that this happens, that people run into people that they think. What's the show that came out in the 80s? That we all used to know. We used to watch it. There's a couple of them. What's his name? Michael Landon? Highway to Heaven. What's the other one? Touched by an Angel. Touched by an Angel and Highway to Heaven. These people thought they was talking to a regular person, and the whole time the person was an angel. And they had random run-ins with these people. I bet you if we go back and watch that show, it's going to be a whole lot in there. I ain't watched it in probably 30 years, but yeah, mine too. Yeah. Yeah. Look at y'all. Is y'all going? Who went to go see where it's playing at? Somebody said, Siri, find out where. No, don't find nothing, girl. Don't do that. Go away.
I couldn't find that on Apple Music.
Good job. Go away.
Okay.
Listen. All right, here we go. It says, then the elder said to them, we are strangers. We got that. We got that. Okay, 38. It says, when those men heard these words of the elder, every one of Cain's sons brought his wife, and another brought his daughter, and so many women came to them, everyone addressing Jared either for himself or for his wife, all alike. Interesting. But when Jared saw what they did, his very soul wrenched itself from them. Neither would he taste of their food or of their drink. In the days of Jared, when the angels came down and took of wives and daughters and had their way with them, the children of Cain's daughters, this is one of the instances, and Jared is watching this. He's watching this happen, that angels are mating with women. It was a Diddy party. Sure was. This is where the giants come together. This is the other side of the story. It is. It is. That's like you can't eat the food of the fairies. Right. You can't eat the food of the fairies. Right. Okay, here we go. I've tried to watch American Gods, but yeah, they inhabit people. They be doing all kind of stuff. They leaders around here. Y'all done seen the people in the news briefings and stuff look like they wearing a skin suit. And they eyes be flipping back and forth and all of that. Y'all seen it. It says, then the elder saw a hint as he wrenched himself from them and said to him, be not sad. I am the great elder. As thou shalt see me do thyself in like manner. In the satanic movies, ain't that what all happened? Hell, in the Hollywood Diddy parties, folks had to sneak out. Didn't they? Once they started seeing the crazy, they was cool with the food and drink and the partying and the music. But once the crazy stuff came out, oh, it's time to go. I didn't know. Oh, y'all wild in here. Yep. Remember that one too, Kathleen. There are people that said, I went to a Diddy party, but not a Diddy party. I went to the first part of the party where the kids is invited. That part. In the daytime. But once it hit a certain time, it's time for me to go. So are the same things still happening now? Because you heard what they said. Every white man brought his wife and daughter. What do you think the angels did with them? What do you think was going on around there? It was a big old OG going on around. At a particular modeling agency school, we were told if we go to a party, always do as we're told. Yep. Oh, I know. I was, yep. Yep. And I was like, ain't one of them. Well, no, because remember the original first OG was with Adam. Remember? When they came up and showed him how to do corn, and it said his heart was set on fire with lust. And that's when he had to go on and bust Eve down, remember? So the same spirits, Lucifer and the same homeboys, because then it was 10 of them. Now it's 30 of them. Because he hadn't slept with Eve yet. He hadn't busted down yet. Because God hadn't told him, go on and do your thing, boy. But Lucifer came and acted like he was a man and a woman, and they was all of this, and they had family when they was coming up from under the water. You hear me? So have he even pulled out a new playbook? He got Jared away from where he was supposed to be. Ain't that what he kept doing with Adam and Eve? He just wants you to get you out of the ark of safety. Once he gets you so far away from God, he feel like he got you. If he keep talking in your ear long enough, he know you gonna go. My brother taught me that. My little brother said, oh, nigga, I already know I'm back in. If she let me keep talking, nigga, I'll be at her house. Don't worry about it. He said, if she hang up on me, it ain't no chance. He said, but if I can keep her talking on the phone, he said, it's a matter of days. I'll be back at her house. I said, oh. Good to know. Brother, sorry. You said yes, no lies told. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My brother said, hey, if I can keep her talking, nigga, I'll be over there. It might take me a minute, but as long as she answer the phone and I can keep her talking, I'm on my way. You said he not lying. My baby daddy used to get me every time. Oh. Well, I guess in that time, my brother was working on the spirit of Lucifer. I keep you talking and listening. It's only a matter of time before I can get in your head and get you to go with me. Ain't that crazy? And he planned to deceive her because he wasn't going to do right. He just wanted what he wanted. I don't even answer, baby. Hang up. You got to give me the answer first. They call from other numbers. They going to call from a number, I don't know, text now or something. They homeboy, they mama, I don't know. Call from somebody's phone. I told y'all, my ex-husband is still in my phone. All the times I used to block him and he'll go get a new number or call me from whoever house he was at. Do not answer at the end of it. Whatever the name was, sis, do not answer. Him, do not answer. Mama, do not answer. It's going to have DNA at the end of it. That's why I let the phone ring 3 times and hang up. Let them know I didn't miss the call. I'm ignoring you. They know when they call, it just goes straight to voicemail. You ain't getting in anyway. No words for the devil over here. No, thank you. You said, yes, honey, I'm going to hang her up. Or is. Here we go. All right, it says, but when Jared saw, okay, we did that, and then that, and then that. Okay. 41. Then he spread his hands and took one of the women and 5 of his companions and did the same before Jared. What? Y'all see that? So when got right in front of this nigga and was on him. Ain't that what they said was going on at the Diddy parties? They say they walk in and folks just start going even harder as soon as they know somebody is watching. Lucifer told him, do as you see me do. Then it said, then he spread his hands and took one of the women and 5 of his companions. So it was 7 men on one woman. Supposed men. 7 angels was having their way with one woman. Does this sound familiar? Ain't this what old boy is in the clank for? Ain't this what he in the clank for? Ain't this what the women that are pressing charges said happened to them? It was trains ran on them. So is there anything new under the sun? Did no boy get people to his parties under false circumstances? And then once they mixed the potion in the food or the drinks, people didn't even realize what was going on and what they were a part of? They asked for food and drinks. What was in the food and drinks at old boy house? Stuff that would make them go, and it was mothers and daughters and fathers and sons in grown-up acts all in the same space. Is this not what was going on at these parties? Men watching other entities have relations with their wives and their daughters. It said they told the men, bring us food and drinks. Hold on. Do y'all remember where they was at? Somebody go back up and tell me where they was sitting at when this was happening. What was they by? A fountain, which is what? Didn't they say a lot of this stuff went on coastal islands and boats or around the pools? Most of these yacht parties, most of these parties happen on a yacht, on an island, or in a tropical like place. Beautiful gardens over in. So they haven't even changed the setup. The demons that are possessing these rulers haven't even changed the setup. This is not to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not saying what I'm about to say to hurt nobody, to make nobody feel nothing. This is not, but I have to show you something. At this OG, there were people there that weren't really what they appeared to be. Is that not what we heard about the stories there? That there were women, a security guard told a thing that a very famous person was there with 2 girls, but the girls went into the men's bathroom to pee. They was bad itches, but stood up to pee. Right? Y'all seen it? Y'all seen it? Isn't there a video where we saw a woman standing up to pee and there was 3 men in there with her? Wasn't Biggie them in the video? Is it Biz Markie's video? We didn't even question why this woman was standing up at a urinal to pee and in the man's bathroom. It was Bobby V. I know it's one of them Biggie Smalls videos, somebody video. They all in the bathroom. She walks in and stand at the urinal and piss too. Excuse my language, pee. Wasn't they at a party? Wasn't they outside at the water and stuff? In a tropical place? When it was in a club and then they was... Have he changed the stripes? Have he changed the spots? Has anything changed? See, if we had this, then we would have knew what we was looking at when we saw all of that. But because we didn't have the information on how Lucifer works, when we was watching VH1 and BET, we didn't even know what we was looking at. And I'm not talking about whether they're male or female. I'm talking about the whole... Every time a music video is by some water and this and that, and the sensualness of the videos and the parties and how everybody is there so close together and the things that are happening. Uncle Luke told us. He showed us. Nelly, tip drill. He told us. You said we was unprepared in a prepared world. Uh-oh. The white parties. Where you got to sign a non-disclosure. Who read he came to set the captives free? Is this not a scene from that book? Didn't they say that entities manifest in a human form and they have big OGs in the Hollywood parties and people is demons with people, people with animals, animals with little people, and y'all know what I mean by little people? Is this not in that book? Isn't this in the Hollywood Hill Party book? Part of the book? It's in there. This very thing that is happening is in a book that was written in the 90s or 80s. And guess what? It's in our TV news right now in 2024. So has it changed? Because in the 90s, there was a book written about it, 80s or 90s. And this is going all the way back to the 7th generation from Adam. Okay. It says, but when Jared saw them work in infamy, he wept. And he said in his mind, my fathers never did the like. He then spread his hands and prayed with a fervent heart and with much weeping and entreated God to deliver him from their hands. No sooner did Jared begin to pray than the elder fled with his companions, for they could not abide in a place of prayer. So as soon as he started praying, the OG was over. Those lustful and horrible spirits couldn't stay. Interesting. Then Jared turned roundabout, turned round, but could not see them, but found himself standing in the midst of the children of Cain. Ain't Lucifer always dropping somebody off in the middle of their homeboy hood, like Denzel Washington did, old boy, like they did Denzel Washington in Training Day? Put him right in the midst of his enemies and cut out. Get them on a mission and then leave them. He ain't changed. He then wept and said, "Oh God, destroy me not with this race, concerning which my fathers have warned me. For now, O my Lord God, I was thinking that those who appeared unto me were my fathers, but I have found them out to be devils, who allured me by this beautiful apparition until I believed them. But now I ask thee, O God, to deliver me from this race, among whom I am now staying. As thou didst deliver me from those devils, send thy angel to draw me out of the midst of them, for I have not myself power to escape from among them." When Jared had ended his prayer, God sent his angel in the midst of them, who took Jared and set him up upon the mountain and showed him the way, gave him counsel, and then departed from him. What's the name of what book? We in the book of Adam, chapter 17. Adam and Eve, second book of Adam and Eve, chapter 17. You're welcome. So let me ask y'all a question. Whose ancestors? Whose ancestors? My ancestors ain't coming back to talk to me. God don't need an ancestor to come and tell me nothing, and he got messenger angels. Why would he need to use my dead family members when he got billions and billions and billions of angels to come as messengers? Whose lineage is that? It ain't mine. He don't need to use nothing dead when he got living angels. Hello. Hey. Y'all don't think that's crazy? So I ask you again, who ancestors told you, I don't talk to the ancestors. Not when he got messenger angels. I don't need to get nothing from nobody that's dead. What sense do that make? And he got billions of living angels that's ready to go. Right. You said, I wish I would have known this 4 years ago. It's okay. You know today. So you can help somebody else tomorrow. It took us 3 hours to get through here, but I just want to know, was it worth it? And did you have a lot of, oh, shoot moments? I told y'all this one had me up last night. I was like, I went to bed kind of early, but the last hour or two that I was up, I was reading. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, this makes sense. Yep, this why I don't fool with the ancestors. And let me ask y'all a question. Since I've been here, didn't I tell y'all I don't do that ancestor mess? How many times y'all heard me say that? Oh, no, I don't fool. I don't need nothing from the ancestors. Because if they was dead, why they couldn't tell me they was. See, people thought I was being mean, but now y'all understand why. Now you understand why I be like, oh no, oh that's mean to say. Well, you deal with the mimicking spirits if you want to. Fine. I don't gotta deal with them because you want to. That don't have nothing to do with me. No, thank you. Well, hopefully y'all learned a little bit today. Maybe made you think about some situations you had or been in. Hopefully it lets you know that the devil hasn't changed and God ain't either. Still using the same tricks he used on our forefathers, which is why God tells us to go back and look at how they pissed him off and how they got into trouble so that we know, because the devil's not going to use anything new. He's still doing the same thing. What's that man's name? I have all kinds. A whole bunch of them, Annie. I don't just have one kind. That's Bibles right here on this row. This is Bibles, and it's some down here too, and it's some over there. Thank you so much. So when you think about that, and you think about the fact that we're still being deceived by the same old tricks. You can take your relationships, and not all people, but the people that have had crazy relationships. Didn't a person use the same thing every time to get you back? They said the same thing, maybe in a different way, but they said the same thing, and didn't they do the same thing every time? If not, get worse with it. Satan's whole plan was to get lust in the line that he hadn't been able to get to. He had already got to Cain's line. Well, later on in the line, Jared's kids went on down in there. And they went on and got buck wild with the daughters of Cain, who had then already been with the angels and started to reproduce with them. So eventually, they did go down there where the Canaanites was at. And they did mix with them and start doing the stuff that they did. Eventually, it took a little bit longer, but they did it. And Lucifer didn't use nothing new. He used the same thing he'd been using since the first man and woman. The same antics. He used the same playbook. Everything was the same. Everything. He's still using the same tricks on us now. You said, why is these books taken out of the Bible? This is the thing. God said he got mysteries in his word, right? And so to the people that only want surface stuff, and I call the KJV just the surface, he said that if that's all you want, I mean, what good would it be for him to give all of these mysteries to people and they don't even really read the Bible? They don't even really, they read it, they don't study it, right? Simple question I ask people all the time. Why nobody ever questioned when Eve died? All the churches I done been to in my whole life, heard folks preach the house down, and not one time did I hear a pastor, bishop, minister, none of them say, have you ever wondered why when Eve died? Because it don't say. You don't think God had them remove that out of there so that you would question and go looking? He said those who seek, they gonna find it. Seek and you shall find. It tells us that Adam and Eve had other kids, but we never went looking because they just talked to us about Seth and Abel and Cain. Well, we know it had to be some daughters born because that men don't reproduce with themselves. But we never asked the questions about what wasn't there. So God, like, if that's all that you want to know, then here you go. Here go the basics. But if you want to get deeper and know that the men that I talked about, the Nephilim, they came from even when it says the sons of God went into the daughters of men, but men had already been multiplying. A lot of people don't even get into that. And that's just the first 6 books. Who is the sons of God? And how did they create giants if humans had already been here for 7 generations? Well, where they come from? Well, who is they? These are questions I heard that Genesis 6 preached, but nobody ever asked the questions. Or when we would read about Adam's lineage, they say, oh, they had other, but where they at? But how do we read their story then? These things are important. Because when you start looking for the sons of a God and the Nephilim, you find Enoch and Jasher. Other books that make the story make sense. It also tells you where the animal-like people came from, the humanoid beings. It tells you where the men with double rows of teeth and 6 fingers and 6 toes comes from. It tells you where the ape men and elephant men came from. The alien DNA that they're talking about now, we've been knowing where the alien DNA came from. Did we or did we not? Genesis 6 tells us where the alien DNA came from and when it got into the human genome. What book is what? What book is what? Jasher. Jasher and the book of Enoch. I appreciate your lives. I always learn something. Thank you. That makes me excited. I hope you do every time you come. That's what we supposed to be doing, you know? And sometimes we just rush and read through things. But sometimes you got to take time and look at, you're welcome. Take time and look at what you read and then think about if it's going on now. Do you know somebody that's lived this experience? Have you been in this experience? And so then you can kind of see how the devil, he ain't using nothing new. And we got tricked up by the same stuff that our grandparents and great-grandparents got tricked up with all the way back to Adam and Eve. Thank you. That makes me excited. It really does. So I'm about to let y'all go. I'm going to go put my peas in their bags and the corn. I think it's finally done. Find me something to eat. And then I will see y'all later. I don't know if I'm coming back on tonight or not. But I might. We'll see how the day go. Shaniqua said that there's an air fryer, Gourmet air fryer on sale at Walmart for $35. So grab y'all one. Or Gourmet, $35. You're welcome. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. You're welcome. See y'all later.